I have dominated the white women with my black power and my black coffee that I have at Coffee Brand Coffee, and you can get it also. All you gotta do is look at something that you want, buy it, but before you press purchase, you use my code RUIN for 10% off so that you could get that hot, steamy liquid all inside your bodies. I did not mean it like that. Go now and use my code, but for now, ongoing stupidity. In order for me to tell you the story that I'm going to tell you on this week on That BS, I must bring you back 1 or 2 years ago when I showed you this.
I mean, I can say it more directly. You weren't gifted, talented, or smart. You were just, most likely, statistically speaking, an upper middle class white kid. And so your school district rewarded you by giving you the title of gifted. And then they used that as an excuse to pull resources from your black and indigenous, low-income, disabled, neurodivergent peers and gave them to you. You benefited from the system of white supremacy and classism because you could uphold it as, more likely than not, an upper middle class or middle class white kid. You were the reason and the excuse for withholding resources from marginalized students, and you were complicit in accepting them. And I know you were a child, and I know you probably didn't have a lot of say, and you also didn't have a lot of perspective. But as an adult, if you're still holding on to this idea that you were a gifted kid once, when all that meant is that you could thrive under classism and white supremacy, unpack that.
We all agree that that woman does not know what she's talking about, and she is trying really hard to sound like the smartest person in the room. Meanwhile, she's making a bunch of people look as if their accomplishments are just because of their skin color. And if you don't achieve that, that's also because of your skin color. Because when you think like a white savior, you think like a dumbass. But if we bring it to the year 2023, we come to find out that there are some school education systems that are trying really hard to strengthen the graduation rate of individuals who just so happen to share my sweet chocolate skin color, but they're not doing it in the way that would make the most sense. More structural study sessions, more opportunities for the children to learn the things that are difficult for them in school, because guess what? Whether you like it or not, the Pythagorean theorem is actually difficult to learn. Not giving them actual life lessons that they could learn and take into the real world, because guess what? The pointless reading that I had to do in school does not mean shit when I'm struggling to file for taxes in the year 2023 and 2024. Get ready for the hellhole that's going to be. No. It's none of those things. It's to make it drastically easier for the dumbest of people to graduate because of inequity.
For the next 5 years, high school students in Oregon will not need to perform proficiency tests showing mastery of reading, writing, or math in order to graduate. And this comes as the Oregon Board of Education unanimously voted to extend a pause on the graduation requirement yesterday until 2028. They're citing inefficiency and inequity. Joelle Jones going beyond the headlines tonight to find out what this pause will mean for students.
This is a controversial decision and one that's facing a lot of pushback. While some say the decision will lower state standards and cheapen an Oregon diploma, the Oregon Department of Education tells me this policy simply didn't work and disproportionately harmed students of color.
There's a part of my brain that is saying, well, I don't really care because it has nothing to do with me. But then I realize that these individuals could be future doctors, could be future lawyers, could be future a lot of things that require education, and if they're just skating by, that's going to be a horrible society that I unfortunately have to live in. But there's another part of my brain that's a little bit jealous, because where was this bullshit when I was in school? I would have loved to have skated by this easily, because it would have helped me out, because I didn't really pay attention to half of the shit that I was doing in school anyway, because none of it mattered to me, because I have a degree in computer engineering and computer science, because I didn't want to waste my fucking life pretending like I cared about sociology. This is a concept that I can't truly get behind, because it proves that there are certain individuals who are not really that smart getting passes thinking that that's acceptable and that's going to elevate them into a higher society. There's also this really funny clip of a teacher talking about 7th graders reading on a 4th grade level or operating on a 4th grade level, and it speaks volumes to how piss poor the education system really is.
No, y'all, can we talk about it? Can we please talk about it? Let's take a moment to discuss. Let's take a moment to debrief. Let's take a moment to unpack. So I'm not really understanding why they not telling y'all. Like, we all know that the world is behind, like, globally, like, because of the pandemic and stuff. But I don't understand why they not stressing to y'all how bad it is. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are... I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level. I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swindle it. They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, 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 passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as I want to. They're gonna move that child to the 8th grade next year. Ain't nobody talking about that. Why they not talking about that? Why they not telling y'all that y'all... And why don't y'all know that y'all kids not performing on their grade level? Why y'all don't know this? Why y'all don't know? Talk about it. Let's unpack. Because y'all be quick to talk about, oh, the teacher this, the teacher this, the teacher. It's your job, baby. I just got here 30 days ago. She was performing on the 4th grade level since 4th grade. Why we not talk? Well, let's talk about it. You the teacher. You supposed to be, again, she been on the 4th grade level since the 4th grade. We in 7th grade now. So you let this child go 3 years and you never knew that your child was still in the 4th grade, ain't never left the... Hang it up, flat screen. And 4th graders being nice. I still have kids performing on grade K, 1, 2, and 3rd grade levels. I could probably count on one hand how many kids are actually performing on their grade level. So just imagine, you don't know that your child been on the 2nd grade level since the 2nd grade and they now in the 7th or 8th grade? Are you joking right now? And these are future leaders, our future doctors, our future nurses, our future... Please. Please.
And glad that I got out of it right as it was getting a little bit worse than it already was. Because in my head, I'd like to think I did a pretty good job. I was a B, C type of student. I did good. If I got too many A's, people would have thought I was cheating. That's how smart I was. So I just kept it cool and I kept it clean. But honestly, I would love to hear what all of you have to think about in the comment section down below. Are you for this? Are you against this? Is this going to solve the problem of inequity in the world? Is this going to have a lot of people thinking they're smart when if you put 3 times 33 in front of their face, they're not going to know what it means? Is it going to be something to strengthen society? Or is it yet another example of trying to make it seem like we're all equal when in reality, the unfortunate truth is everybody's different on many different avenues. Black women are smarter than black men. Black men are seemingly smarter than everybody else. And anybody who's white, you're only smart because of your white privilege. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Go get you that coffee brand coffee because I told you so. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.